goblins. Ones that were the gremlins? As long as you leave the kids behind, you'll have no problem with all these charming and fun-loving ladies. In my sight for a few months before leaving. Before I left, I purchased riding beast to speed my journey. Lone road connect lakeside to the rest of the civilized world, and I set off down that road to find Sandcaster. Sandcaster is a bustling city of commerce and trade. The townspeople are mostly humans, elves, gnomes, and the city still has something to entertain the trail-seeking adventurer. Well, traveler. Sorceresses and wizards feed upon the helpless citizenry like fleas on a dog. Criminals from all walks of life wander the streets, free to use might or spell to rob the innocent. Like that ambush I got. All in all, a lively town, though lacking kind of high quality entertainment places like Metropolis and Lakeside can serve up. That's odd because it's the only other town that had everything. Quickly growing bored of the nightlife in Castor, I once again set up on the road, this time traveling southeast in search of adventure. I found plenty. As I ventured into the dense forest near the southeast corner of the world, my riding beast disturbed a nest of snakes. Arnold? The beast reared up, dumping me from the saddle. I rose to my feet, the beast better, holding its bloated face toward mine so that we could discuss its error. Man to beast. I never got this the chance. My pain spells were barely on my lips when an arrow appeared at the side of the beast. The beast reared and wrenched tether from my grasp. Two more arrows streaked from the forest and stuck. The beast stumbled a few steps and collapsed. I glanced wildly about me and saw barbarian archers closing in on the countryside. I dashed for the fort. Branches tore at my clothes, scratched my skin, slowed my flight. Baron gained. Just as I could run no further, I came upon a clearing with one of the many travel pyramids of it. Hope flared in my breast once again as I redoubled my pace, reaching the pyramid as the barbarian burst from the forest. I activated the pyramid with the blast of my strength. Which is odd, it should have been destroyed by the pyramid whisked me away from my pursuers and blinked of an eye in a sparkle of energy. I found myself in snow-covered hills near the town of Winterkill, cursed and empty town of ghosts. The only dark stone tower was barely visible to the east. Fearful that the barbarian would soon find the courage to follow me to the portal, I set my sight on the hills to the north and began the weary trek to the snow. Many miles later, I happened upon a road. Knowing that the road would eventually take me to the town of Vertigo and civilization, I followed the road. The road paralleled the hills and led past one of the many dungeons scattered about Xeen. Oh yeah, that's... And yeah, I admit that got the better of me and decided to explore this one dungeon was missing. The dungeon turned out to be the Xeen arena. I didn't figure it out until it was too late. The place was barren, except for piles of bone and a lone desk sitting in the center of a very large room. When I approached the desk, a large man appeared in the seat behind the desk and told me that since the place hadn't had a visitor in some while, that he would just start the fight without further delay. Then he vanished. As quickly as he vanished, monster appeared. It was a gargoyle, a giant armadillo, which looked a little like a member of the swine family because of its snout. A Pegasus, a Minotaur, a giant vulture, crusader, a sewer rat, a centipede, and some sort of giant iguana, the iguanosaur. All of those monsters beside me gargoyle. Yes, there are two kinds of gargoyles, I think. And the crusader, I don't think there's a monster crusader. Beside that, everything else are dark side monster which do not appear at the arena. Have a tea, cried the crusader, lowering its lance and urging his horse forward. Maybe a joust? Yeah, a jouster, not a crusader. But he wanted later word. The rest of the monsters simply advanced without comment, collectively hostile. Yes, I bravely charged toward the exit only to find it blocked. Monster followed. I sprinted forward to desk. Howard shouted later, leading the pack. The desk was empty and unresponsive. Cursing, I ran some more, ducking, weaving behind ancient walls and crumbling pillars. With some clever maneuvering, I lost the monster in the maze and leaned to catch my. I heard the iguana dragging its corpse body nearby. The rest seemed further away, looking down at my feet. I discovered one of the many corpses that littered the barnyard. Clutched in its bony hand was a ring of the elements and a wand of fireballs. No sooner seen than stolen iguana. Now it's a green word. Rounded the corner and stopped, belly heaving as though it were going to be sick. Its mouth opened slowly, dramatically, then it belched forth a stream of acid. I covered my face with my hands, expecting the worst. Instead, acid lightly singed my hair and clothes. The ring had saved me. The dragon laying slowly at me. Not a dragon, it's a iguana. Surprised that I was still alive. Obviously not one of the brighter models. I leveled the wand and fired off a withering blast of heat and smoke. Monster staggered, but remained standing. It went through its sick routine again, covered me with more acid. I fired the wand again. Covered me with acid, I fired, it fired, I fired. Finally the dragon fell on its side and died. I found you at last, shouted the crusader from behind. Turn around and meet your fate like a man. I turned. The crusader was there, flanked on either side by the gargoyle and the minotaur. The rest of the monsters were dragged behind him. Seeing my search, I fired into the horde again and again and again, and seeing the wand. The smoke cleared. Nothing but a black spot on the arena floor remained of my enemies. That wasn't so bad, I said, aloud, dusting off my clothes and stringing my color. As I walked to the desk, as expected, the arena master appeared. Congratulations on your awesome victory, he gushed. I'll send you to Vertigo now. Don't I get a reward or something? No, goodbye. The next moment I was in Vertigo, with only a hazy distortion in the air marked my sudden arrival. With the arena and my arrival on this side of the world becoming a bad memory, my journey was almost over. I knew there was a travel pyramid just outside town. First thing though was to get a hot for the night. The tavern was right behind me, so I stepped inside and asked for the special of the day. Octopus suit with arachnoid garnish. Well, part of traveling is to try the local food, no matter how strange. The octopus was somewhat rubbery and the arachnoid garnish tasted like chicken. Not bad, but both dishes could have used some more spice. After eating, I checked the room and had a good night's sleep. Next day, I decided to explore Vertigo a while before I returned home to Castle. Turns out that Vertigo has all the amenities of civilization, including including a town mirror. The blacksmith's shop has everything an adventurer could ask for. Everything from accuracy tridents to venom crowns. I don't think I crown it. Nova scepters were unavailable though, and the blacksmith never had even heard of a JVC mode maker. Oh, that would hurt. A JVC mode maker. JVC being the producer of John Van Cannigan. The guild, however, was virtually barren of spells. Have the clairvoyance and short disease spell, let alone heavy hitters like the Resurrection and Starburst. They seem to mostly carried simple spells that Ranger and Brute do. Proprietors, an agile prestidigitator in his mid-30s, told me that the nearest known version of the clairvoyance spell was to the witch towers far to the south, where the Horn of Ballista, the unicorn, was kept. I said Ballista. Well, rescuing some unicorns sounded both dangerous and unprofitable. Seer would tell me that further adventures would be a severe case of death, and that I should change my vocation to fisherman or alligator wrestler. My decision had been made. I left the town and used a permit to return to Castle. This travel guide is complete, but there is one more piece of advice I lay under. When the Sphinx has you baffled and Korak remains a prisoner, try to dare wolves smile, and all will forgive. Yeah. Wow, that was quite a tale. What did it say? Crossword puzzle. I guess it's a crossword. Bones remain. Salad. On. Basically, the green text here are the answers. And I just did. Hey, okay. But I do like that story. And it reminds you of where you went and how it worked. Now that it's done, the path appears where they were. Snake, poison, venom. Let's see here. Unicorn whose alicorn was stolen. Ballista. Spell of perception. Clairvoyant. I think it's still funny. Castle ditch. It's a moat, not a mouth. City of Sorcerer. Fantastic. Basically, the answers. There are some that are a convict, like I'd have to check.